Hey, thanks for joining us today as we get to learn a little bit more about the agents at the center of RE/MAX Centre Realty. Today, we're going to be talking with Phil Williams, and I'm excited for you to get to learn a little bit more about him specifically. Thanks for joining us, Phil.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, Phil, so take me to the beginning of your day. What do you start your day off with? Are you a coffee drinker, a tea drinker? Does anything just kind of kick it off for you?
It's definitely coffee. Usually when I get up, get hydrated with a little bit of water. It's definitely making the coffee.
I like the health tip there. You just threw that in. Water, hydration, always good.
Well, I try to drink green tea when I can, but it's definitely, I'm a coffee guy all day.
Oh, that was going to be my next question. Look at you, mind reader. So like, when is there a cutoff for coffee? Like, I know some people are like, no coffee after noon, after lunch.
Yeah, I'm usually around 5 o'clock. I won't try not to drink after that. Try not to stay up at night. Sleep's important.
I love this. So not to take us down the bunny trail too much, but how do you take your coffee? I feel like inquiring minds want to know.
Flavored cream.
Ooh.
It used to be regular, but pumpkin spice from Dunkin' Donuts kind of ruined me. So it's either usually French vanilla, caramel, or pumpkin spice creamer.
Can't go wrong with those at all. So Phil, how long have you been in this area?
On and off most of my life. I grew up here, born and raised in State College. After I graduated, I moved around several times, came back several times. Lived in West Virginia, Baltimore, Maryland, Florida, Colorado, Missouri.
Wow.
Keep coming back.
So now that you're here to stay. What do you enjoy doing when you're not helping buyers and sellers in the real estate world? Maybe some hobbies of yours.
Sometimes it's just relaxing and unwinding. Trying to play around with learning the guitar again. I like to ride motorcycles when I can, but that hasn't happened a lot this year. But really just getting outside. Not a huge hiker or nature person, but I do like doing that and appreciate the outside world. I think it's just good to kind of be outside, especially now that it's summertime and the weather around State College isn't always as forgiving in the winter.
That can be true for sure. So we'll have to see how this winter is. You never know. So Phil, when you're not doing those things, and again, not doing real estate, do you just turn on the TV? Is there something that you like binge watch or just enjoy? Maybe it decompresses you a little bit? Any of those shows?
I mean, I can always watch like reruns of The Office, and that's a little bit of an older show. I feel like there's not a lot of great worth mentioning right now, but I think Netflix really stepped up their game the last year and a half, and with a lot of people not producing this year because of COVID and things, I think things are slower, but nothing that stands out that I'd really recommend right now. But, yeah, definitely good to have something to unwind with, whenever the workday may end.
Absolutely. And I'm sure sometimes in real estate, ours is a little bit late when it ends. Isn't that true?
Absolutely.
So, Phil, before we get into maybe a little bit more real estate talk, some words of wisdom that you might have, just one more question so we can get to know you a little bit better. Are you, and again, this is very important, are you a dog person or a cat person?
I'm a dog person for sure. I own a cat right now, kind of inherited that, but definitely a dog person. Just right now, not enough time to really take care of it like it would need, so I don't currently have one, but definitely a dog person.
So what's your cat's name? And we won't tell her you're a dog person, but we do want to know its name.
It's Clover.
What a great name.
I Clove a lot, so.
That's fantastic. Okay, Phil, so take us home. Do you have any real estate words of wisdom for buyers in particular?
Well, right after COVID, it was really tough for buyers. I call it a frenzy. There was a lot of buyers in the market and not as many houses out there. I saw a lot of bidding wars, so it was tough. I really recommend just finding a good realtor that you can trust. It's going to give you honest opinions, feedback, and kind of guide you through the process. How, you know, because everyone's different. So it depends on really what the person's looking for. And if you find their goals, you can usually help them out by just serving their needs. So it's tough. It takes good offers these days. Most things are, you know, in Centre County are selling for about 98% of list price. So it can definitely be competitive. So you know, want to do everything that you need to just, you know, set your offer apart, and also know, you know, the risks involved sometimes with the paperwork and contracts these days.
Great, thank you. So what I'm hearing from you here is definitely be prepared, and part of that is having a realtor who knows what your goals are, and then also setting your offer apart. I think those are, I asked for like a few words of wisdom. That was more than a few, but I think those are what everyone needs to hear. So thank you, Phil.
Well, a lot of buyers and people think that a realtor just shows houses, and there's obviously a lot more to that throughout the whole process, because, you know, sometimes things don't happen in a week. A lot of times it takes a couple months in real estate to buy or sell a house. So you just have to be prepared for that, be patient, but if you set yourself up the right way, you'll be prepared to take action and make an offer when it's needed.
Awesome. Thanks, Phil. And like you said, it is definitely a process, and getting into homes and seeing them is really just the very first step. I'd almost call it like 1A, if you will, because there's definitely a lot. So thank you for mentioning that process. And in general, thank you for helping buyers and sellers through that process as well. And I'm so glad other consumers out there, members of the Centre County and Central Pennsylvania area, got to know you a little bit better today. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you.